there are things to criticize about the game. Like for me, the things that I don't like the most, and even if I say I don't like the most, it's not game breaking. It's more of I'm used to the old one. Is that fighting is simplified and it makes the combat faster, and that's good and all. But the downside of it is I'm used to the controls before and to the, I guess, rudimentary aspect of the old one. Movement is also smoother. So for example, horse riding. Horse riding used to be very clunky, but I enjoyed the way that you had to manage the stamina of your horse and the more jumpiness of the horse riding. But I guess you could also excuse that and say that, oh, Henry already knows how to horse ride, so maybe he has more balance on how he rides the horse. You know, that's fine. When you go over stuff, so when you vault over, so this the regular vault, it's very smooth. Before, you would literally jump and the camera and the whole body would go like this, like whoa, 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 like that. But now it's a lot more seamless. But other than that, I feel like everything is the same. Every fucking thing is the same. And it's crazy to me. And then the next, criticism that you could have is maybe the pacing or the story, how it started, the way that they set up you starting over again, So there's that, So yeah, there's a lot of things that you could criticize, but there's also a lot of things that you could say positively, So I don't feel like if you ever said something negatively, you should delete it or whatever. But, just say both things. More palatable to a wider audience. Yeah, I was going to tweet something. Yeah, I was going to tweet something. So my tweet, I have it on note, is I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance for 16 hours. So this was last night since it released, and I wish I could play for 24 hours straight. And then I said, I'm really loving the game, but it has to be acknowledged that the game really is simplified in a lot of ways. This change in level of realism will take some time getting used to for longtime fans. Yet as much as I, a longtime fan, hope newcomers are open to the tediousness of its, old combat system and other mechanics such as, brewing and maybe now blacksmithing. I also hope that fans of the first game approach these changes, these simplifications, with the same open-mindedness that at least I wish newcomers have. So, the changes I've seen so far aim for a balance between realism and smoothness or fluidity. With smoothness and fluidity more often being tied to what makes a game fun. Because nobody likes a clunky game, a clunky or a slow game. While Kingdom Come Deliverance's realistic aspects cater to a niche audience and create a strong community because of this, it's a high barrier to entry for those who aren't, fan of this theme. It's a big hurdle if, we want the game to grow and be appreciated by a wider audience. So it's easy to frame these changes as purely right or wrong, but it's not really a black and white situation. TLDR, while the sequel reigns in some of its realism, I appreciate the faster and more fluid activities that I once found very tedious, such as alchemy, swordplay, and hunting.